That hood is fire. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Saturday morning, so you know it's time for a special live edition of The Extra Point. It is our 2023 season finale, the college football playoff edition. You see the crew. You see how we rolling today, decked out in the gold blue. We got Sizzle ragged up and flagged up. Shouts out to Bella Blue. Now I know we gonna win. Y'all in trouble now because Bella she got that inside knowledge with the big hefe upstairs. So you already know y'all in trouble, Bama. And Michigan Mike. Now we know you Michigan Mike, but we need to see you one more time. Can we see?
Got
That's
it.
what we're talking about today, ladies and gentlemen. That right there, the 2024 Rose Bowl, where Michigan puts all y'all haters and y'all doubters to bed. Nap time. Right. Oh, now we got a ton to get into today and a short time to do it. So we're going to get started with last night's action. Mike, Ohio State and Missouri played in the Cotton Bowl up here in AT&T Stadium, and it was supposed to be one of the most anticipated non-CFP matchups of the bowl season. Now, Missouri won 14-3 in a game that didn't even look anywhere near that close as the score showed. Mike, let me throw out some numbers to you and T. Sizzle. Ohio State on the night, 2 of 15 on third down, 106 passing yards, 2.9 yards per carry. How do you rush the ball 33 times and not get 100 yards in a college football game? And the defense gave up over 200 yards rushing, most of which in the fourth quarter, like our boy Mr. Edwards did up there in the shoe 2 years ago. They gave up a 91-yard touchdown drive, a 95-yard touchdown drive to seal that game. Good morning to Miss Denise. Denise, yeah, tag all your friends. Tell them to check in, especially if they Bama fans, because I need that smoke today. Mike, let me ask you this. Is Ohio State in trouble, or was this much ado about nothing because they wasn't in the CFP?
Oh no, that's a lot of trouble. I mean, I think even if Michigan, because the thing with Michigan is they have the depth in their depth chart. So even if their second string was playing, like you got young kids, like you got kids transferring over, you got the recruits decommitting, you have NCAA investigations coming down on you now. Like that's a lot of bad things.
My, how the mighty have fallen. Just about 6 weeks ago, they were the number one team in the CFP, and now they looking like hot garbage. Now, Tasha, to Mike's point, they were playing with their third string quarterback because the second string quarterback got knocked out in the first quarter. But Tasha, correct me if I'm wrong, because you know when I get older, my memory gets a little fuzzy. Didn't he win a national title with their third string quarterback before Mr. Carterell? Where's the depth? Didn't they have so much depth at the quarterback position they was able to let Joe Burrow go to LSU and still make the CFP? This is the school that doesn't reload. I mean, replace, they reload. Tasha, should Ryan Day be worried after that performance?
I told y'all, and I don't care what nobody says. Urban Liar was coaching that team.
It's starting to look more and more like that.
And I'm going to stick by that. I think this year he was more hands off. You got people come. You don't have the coaches there to do the better recruiting. And I think as much as I don't like Urban Liar, he could get them boys in there. He did it in Florida, and he definitely did it there. I think when you take away some of the big names, that's how you lose most of your recruits. So they don't have any depth whatsoever. Mel, tell Mary to get on here. Send her a text.
Tag a friend. Tell your neighbor. Say, neighbor, the extra point is on. And we rocking and rolling. Go ahead and finish your thought.
And so did they get anybody? I mean, I know they wouldn't be eligible to play now, but what did their transfer portal look like? Did they get anybody or did they lose?
I'm going to say it's trash. Now, this morning
they
on
lost
College
a lot.
Game Day, Kirk Herbstreit did say that they were going to wait till after the bowl game to start pursuing quarterbacks in the portal. But if you're Kyle McCord, you sat back with a cold one last night and laughed your ass off. Yep. You ran that kid out of town like he was a bum, and you didn't have anything behind him.
Right.
That quarterback out there looked lifeless. Now,
because I was out here stomping stomping hard for him because I mean, again,
they should have listened to you.
I thought the kid played good. You know, he was red-shirted, but he had been in the program, so he knows how things go. Right. So why would you even put out there allegedly that, okay, this job is not going to be yours next year?
Right. And you don't have a viable backup.
Jokes on you, Jack, Bill O'Brien, Jalen Milroe, ha ha.
Jokes on you, Mike. Ryan Day, you're the athletic director at Ohio. I know just the thought of that makes you want to throw up in your mouth. But just for the fans' sake, you're the athletic director. Ryan Day, 1-3 versus Michigan, 0-3 versus the SEC, 1-6 versus CFP top 5. Now, me and you like to play this game offline on how much more rope do you get? How much more rope does Ryan Day get?
See, my thing, I bring it back to when Harbaugh, this was the question for Harbaugh. And my whole thing was like, as long as I can see productivity increasing, like he's getting those recruits in, I can see his plan, then he's good with me. Same with the basketball. Like as long as he's getting those people in, I'm okay.
No, Mike, on a side note, they looked lifeless last night. No, Howard, you on my hot seat. They looked lifeless last night. That was unacceptable. No, that was unacceptable.
But Ryan Day, he's losing people. He's not getting any transfers. I know that they say they usually do it in the spring, which like there might not be anybody left if you keep waiting for the springtime.
Mike, that O-line was getting it was a turnstile on the O-line. And those kids weren't in the transfer portal. Those were the same kids that was out there against Michigan.
So you got Deion Sanders over here stealing all the best O-linemen that's left in the transfer portal. You're not going to have anything left.
Let me tell you one thing about old Prime. Prime said he was going to go get O-line. Prime got O-line.
Prime went, and he exclusively went O-line. Good morning, Stephanie Denise.
And if you haven't watched the show, because I asked you, had you caught up on the show yet? And you were like, no. The show is so good. And on this last episode in particular, it's not a spoiler or anything, but he had this guy stand up and he asked him, why are you not playing his position? Or do you think you can take his job? You know, something. He put that kid on the spot. Like he told us right there in that show, my O-line ain't ish. Right. Anybody want to step up and take their spot? Go for it.
And that's to Mike's point. That's how Mike gets down. It's meritocracy for real. If you can't get it done, hey, what happened with our boy McNamara? You won a Big Ten title, so you got beat out the next year. We'll holler at you. Good luck in Iowa. And Desmond Howard made a comment. Yes, he's a Michigan man, but I think a lot of people agreed with him on this when he was basically summarizing Ohio State's performance last night. And you juxtapose it to Michigan, just as a cultural standpoint. He said Ohio State has become the diva university to where you're just trying to go pro. You're just trying to get your NFL numbers. You're trying
that's
to get
what they always say. Pro style offense.
But Michigan plays for each other. They don't care if McCarthy gets 3 touchdowns. They don't care if it's Blake Corum that gets the touchdowns. They don't care if it's the defense that gets the touch. They don't care who gets the glory. They don't. The coach didn't even undermine his backup coaches when he beat Ohio. He didn't come up there and undermine Sharon Moore. Everybody was still like the team. I'm getting goosebumps talking about my Michigan Wolverines because it's about to go down. Right. He's straight to the point. Get right or get left, and that's Michigan as well. The competition and the depth. Good morning, Miss Hastings. It's something to be. Tag a friend. Tell them neighbor. The extra point is back this week. Tell your friend, tag your friend. Last thing on Ohio State before we get to the real contenders. Missouri's coach got on that podium last night and said this, and I quote, I had to get up and write it down. He said, "We were bigger, stronger, and faster." Missouri. Coach said that on national TV.
MIZZOU. Missouri.
Missouri said we're bigger, stronger, and faster. Ohio State, y'all done so. Y'all done so. Nick, please hit me up in the DMs. You ain't even got a comment. Hit me up in the DMs. I just want to know if you all right. I just want to check your temperature today.
Yeah, where you at? Where you at?
When that Stallions hit, y'all was all in my mentions. You was all in my DMs. It went down in my DMs. Now y'all. Missouri's coach. Then Missouri ain't even top 5 in their own conference.
What time was that last text Tree sent me last night?
Right. We looking for you. We looking for you, Buckeyes. We looking for you. In Mike's voice. Next, we're gonna go next because now we're gonna talk about the big boys. We're 48 hours away from the college football playoff, and unlike last year, this year features 4 quarterbacks that could all legitimately play on Sunday. If not this year, then definitely next year. We have J.J. McCarthy from Michigan, Jalen Milroe, for Bama, Michael Penix for Washington, and Quinn Ewers for Texas. Mike, rate these quarterbacks for me.
Man, this was tough. I'm gonna go Penix. I'm gonna go Milroe. I'm gonna go JJN.
Yeah.
Tasha, he put Milroe before JJ. Check his temperatures. You got fever?
No, he finally telling the truth in the booth because that's my order.
I'm mad at both of y'all. She said,
I told you, JJ's staying another year.
She's working this morning, getting her cheddar right. We love you, Treese. We just had to charge you. Then you got full autonomy to come on here next week if we lose to Bama and let us have it. And I'm sure you will. It's all love, all games. Well, I got Penix, JJ Milroe, then Brock Ewers. Y'all gonna give JJ some more love now. What the hell
it's not about giving love. I think now, when Milroe first started, I was like, woo. And even like last year when he was coming in, in some relief duty, I was like, woo. But I think now, but again, Bama's offense was not set up to his skill set. So that's the issue. Once he got pulled against, was it South Florida?
It was South Florida.
And they look like crap. I think that's when Saban said, okay, we're going to put him back in. Saban put him back in, but Saban was still trying to run that typical Bama offense. Right. But you can't run that offense when your quarterback is a linebacker and a running back, as well as a quarterback.
Good morning, Treese. Somebody tagged a friend. We love you, Treese, and we done with the Ohio. We moving on. So we love you. Call me after the show. And also, good morning, Christina. Good morning, Shamika Nicole. Go ahead, Tasha.
I just think Milroe is he's more versatile than JJ. So that's the only reason why. And towards the end of the season, when you're supposed to gather steam, I saw Milroe gathering steam, where I saw JJ kind of plateauing.
Yes, that is true, and the eye in the sky don't lie. The tape shows that.
JJ was hurt, so I will note that he wasn't 100%.
He got beat up in the Penn State game. It wasn't quite himself after that. They took away his wheels, which is a big part of his game. One thing about Milroe that the comp that I have when I think about him was Steve McNair. Early in the season, he was 95. Steve McNair wasn't reading coverages. All he could do was just see if my X ain't open, I'm running. Then as the season went on, he went to 99 McNair, 01 McNair, and now he looked like 03 McNair, where he can beat you with the arm and the legs. I'm worried about him. Now, let's get to the Sugar Bowl matchup. We got Texas and Washington. Washington is a 4-point dog. Ladies and gentlemen, do you all know who has the longest win streak in the country right now? It's Washington at 20 damn games in a row. Now, 20 games in a row. Look at Mike's face. Mike is like, what? Are y'all hooking up? Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Somebody tag Papa Hasso. All right. Let's get to it. Who you got, Tasha? You going with Penix or you going with that?
To be honest, I would have picked Texas, but isn't that who's out there? Wide receiver or the running back that tore the ACL? But they still got like 3 or 4 more running backs in the stable back there with Bevo.
Hey, she said in the stable. Y'all didn't catch that? It didn't go over your head. All right, you in your bag this morning. Go ahead.
Man, wait a minute. Let me. Oh,
because they have a transfer from Georgia that can possibly win 3 national championships in a row.
And that's the thing. Y'all know. I mean, I know my family's gonna hate this, but I always hook them over Oklahoma anyway.
I love the burnt orange.
I just think Texas possesses a little more all around. Now, as far as quarterback, of course, Penix is hand down the top quarterback. But I did see, we all saw Washington struggle in a few of those games against lesser talent. Right. Against less, like you know, I mean, it was a great moment when Penix had his head covered because the walk-on kicker made that extra one, and that boy broke down. Like that gave me chills. But when you have to depend on stuff like that, it kind of makes me, you know. Whereas Texas is really out here just damn doing it.
They are. What they did to Oklahoma State was a message sent to the country that no, this ain't a meme. We really are back. I like Texas in this one. Mike, who you like in this game?
I got Washington. I think people are sleeping on them right now. And by sleeping, I mean, like, I think they're giving Texas benefit of the doubt. But I really haven't seen too many people stop Washington this year. And so that's kind of what if you're looking to outgun Washington, it's not going to happen. And I think that's what Texas is going to try to do.
No. You ain't going to outgun a Pac team, a Pac 80, Pac 94 team.
Now, Mr. Glenn says the Horns are more physical. Do you think
that's where I was going? You can throw that ball all day, but as soon as them big ass linemen from Texas get up in your face a couple of times, knock Penix, bless his heart, on the ground. Yeah, you got that big receiver that transferred. What's his name? Transferred from Mississippi State.
Yes. I know who you're talking about. He's going in the first round this year. Come on to Tennessee.
I don't think that's the game plan, though. I think Washington plays a run and gun, so they won't even have time. It'll be very similar to like a Georgia when Georgia and Michigan played. How Michigan did have a better D line, they just didn't have enough time to get to the quarterback. I think it's going to be very similar, and I think Washington's going to prevail.
I mean, this was a tough one for me because when you see the script and I was sitting there, I was waffling, vacillating back and forth. Vacillating. But me, I'm just going hook 'em. I mean, I would love for Penix. Y'all know why I would love Penix.
Right.
Hashtag ABOB. I would love to see him win, but I just gotta hook him.
Mike, last word on this one.
No, I mean, I would just say I have a lot of family of Texas fans, so I hope Texas wins. I just don't think it's going to happen.
You have the 3-headed monster at running back for Texas versus the 3-headed monster at wide receiver for Washington. I think that the game is not getting enough pub for the quality of matchup that it truly is, and hopefully we'll all be in a great mood to watch that game because I ain't watching a play of it if we don't win. And what game am I talking about? The game. The granddaddy of them all. It's only fitting that this game is in the Rose Bowl. Flex on them one time, Mike. We have 2 of the most iconic brands in all of football going head-to-head in a loser-leave town match out there in Pasadena at the granddaddy of them all. This game is meant for the Rose Bowl. We have the number 1 ranked team in the country, the University of Michigan, versus, let's just call it the Evil Empire, the Nick Saban and his Alabama Crimson Tide. Now, look who joins the show today for the big matchup. Wayne Donaldson in the house. He says Bama, Texas for the chip. Bama will be the champ.
It's always a hater somewhere, but where was he at when we was calling him out, Wayne? When everybody was tagging you, you wasn't in these comments.
Wayne, you about to have a long day, bro, because it's gonna be a Rose Bowl remix. We'll get to our picks here in just a second. Now, Mike, let me start with you on this. Now, there will be millions and millions of eyeballs on this game. This is going to be the most watched bowl game by far, probably even more than the national championship, depending on how the matchup plays out, for obvious reasons. Now, the casual fan is probably tuning in to watch Michigan, and they know more about Connor Stallions than the actual players on the field. Explain to those casual fans why Michigan is so good on the field and why they're the number one team in the country.
I think you have to start with the discipline. That started from ground zero as a foundation. They don't turn over the ball. They don't get penalties. They don't hurt themselves. They play very sound football. I think if you look in the past, we've played top defenses and won against these top defenses. I think on top of that, from what I've seen, we've kind of held back from our offensive playbook a little bit. Right now, we have everyone healthy. JJ's starting to throw the ball a little bit better in practice. We still have our running game, which, to Tasha's point, hasn't even looked like last year's yet. So we haven't even broke it out yet. I think Edwards has a good game in this. He just plays his size, looks better against a BAMA defense. We have speed now, like all of the above. Number one defense.
You have a question here, Mike. You got a question for you. Do you think that you'll be able to get your power run game going against Alabama? That's going to be a big key.
Get it going in the first half? No, but it's not. Michigan's not about a first half. They're about the third quarter. That's when it makes or breaks the game. Third quarter comes out. We continue to run the ball. People start breaking. Like, that's what it is. Like, there's a reason why we pay our strength and conditioning coach the highest in the country, is because of that third quarter.
Okay, now Wayne says, I'm sick pulling for Michigan because Greg and Shantae's son, I just feel Michigan will choke again. Oh, you got shots fired. We got to go put on our bulletproof vests.
Who we choking like? The Irish?
Woo! No, wait a minute. No, they won the Cheez-It Bowl yesterday. They won the Cheez-It Bowl yesterday.
Who'd they play?
So let's give them their flowers. Giving Saban all these weeks is dangerous. I do agree with that. And speaking of Alabama, Tasha, let me come to you. Because right here on this very show, you sat right there in front of that camera in week 3 after Texas beat Bama, and you said, not so fast, my friends. You wouldn't be surprised if Bama ran the damn table and you jinxed us. Damn it, you could have kept quiet and Saban would have converted that 4th down against Auburn. We blame you for this matchup. So, all jokes aside, what was it that you saw in Alabama then that made you think that they could be in this position now? Because you turned out to be right.
I mean, again, it's simply because of Saban. We joke on Saban. I call him a little leprechaun because of those of you who have never really seen Nick Saban is my height. I'm 5'4".
Really?
Yes. Nick Saban is a tiny man. I mean, he is literally, when I was standing there and I said, wait a minute. He's very tiny. It's just, for whatever reason, I mean, you can hate Nick Saban all you want. You can hate Bama, but the way he coaches and the product that he puts out on the field, he is. And the product that he puts out on the field, it's your job to try to figure out how to break that code. He has all the cheat codes.
He does. He has 9 lives. How many is he on right now? My God.
Even when they're losing, you still, it's something in you is saying Bama can come back and beat them. Bama can come like when they were playing Texas, I was like, Bama's gonna come back. You know, like I could watch other teams and be like, no, they done. But it's something about Bama that just I don't know. He has the formula. And he knows how to put it together at the right time. Just like I said with Milroe, whatever they did with Milroe, it came together at the right time.
Right.
Now, he still has he's a little shaky. He still has a few mistakes. But what the little mistakes he makes at the end of the game, it's Bama with the W. He's able to overcome that. And I think that's because of coaching. And he said it himself with the new coach that they have opposed to Bill O'Brien, who is putting confidence in him and coaching him up to be a good quarterback. You think the receivers aren't dropping the balls like they were. They're not playing as tentative as they were at the beginning of the season. They were all scared. I don't know if it's because they didn't have trust in their quarterback situation, so everybody was kind of down. But once they started getting that steam, putting that coal in that train, it just started rolling.
Right. One of the most underrated matchups in this game will be between two phenomenal coaching staffs with NFL experience. You got McDonald and you got Sharon Moore on Michigan's side, both of which have won big games, both of which are putting players in the pros every single year, and Saban's staff speaks for itself as well. But don't underestimate Michigan's staff this season. And to Mike's point, their halftime adjustments that will, and I say we will come out and we'll spar with you a little bit in that first and second quarter just to kind of see how you gonna play us. And in that second half, they look like a totally different team. 33 straight runs against Penn State, a top 5 rushing defense, and then you turn around and you air it out the next week. You really can't put a bead on Michigan this year as opposed to some years in the past offensively. Mike, let me ask you this. Let's say it's a 1-point game. Would you rather it be a 1-point game and the offense needs to score or the defense needs to hold Alabama? Which side of the ball are you more confident in?
Man, that's a tough one. 1 point. To be honest,
can we go get a field goal?
I've been putting all of our eggs in the basket of the defense, and specifically the secondary. I think they've really showed out. They stopped Ohio State on their last drive with the number one, in my opinion, best talent in the country. I'm gonna give it to the defense again. There's no reason for me to question them again. I know that they'll have a tough suit against Milroe, but I think by the fourth quarter and with a minute left, I think they'll be able to stop them by then.
Yeah, Saban knows how to work the clock. They always have the ball last and win, which goes to the point of which unit would you rather have on the field? I'm kind of torn because I feel like if it's a 1-point game, Michigan can still run the ball. And we have 7 pro-caliber offensive linemen, and that 6 offensive lineman package, I think by the fourth quarter can weigh on an Alabama team that's not as big and physical as they used to be. Go ahead.
That's the thing. Let's say, we all good. We know we're good at the halftime adjustments. What if we're down so far and you can't rely on quorum to run that ball? You understand what I'm saying? You got our receivers. What's Cornelius's last? I just know Cornelius is my name. Yeah. Then you got Roman Wilson. They can make some clutch plays. But if we're down far enough where we don't have the opportunity, we can't run that clock. We need to get these points and get back on defense. Are our receivers reliable enough? Is JJ going to be able to throw that ball and get it where it needs to be in a hurry to get us to score to come back?
JJ's last 2 losses to Michigan State his freshman year and against TCU, he was forced to drop back and throw it 50 times. That's a recipe for disaster for Michigan.
I like Melanie's question pretty much here is like we're not talking about we're talking about how Alabama is consistent in these areas, but we keep forgetting they almost lost against Auburn. Like
should have lost against Auburn.
Nah, yes. I think our defense can hold them.
Because Bama doesn't really have the big name offensive players. Who would ever thought Devontae Smith would have won the Heisman coming out of Bama? And we can't say he was a no name. That was the COVID and all of that kind of stuff. But they don't really have name receivers. But for whatever reason, when it's time for them to get open and tiptoe that line,
Isaiah Bond is no joke. He's not to be trifled with in my Tasha voice. But one of the keys to the game could definitely be San Rasil and Will Johnson at the cornerback position holding up against their receivers. Because I do believe if we can hold your boy, the 18, Ohio State, if we can hold him out of the end zone, then we should be all right.
But again, as we always say, he was hurt. Everybody, we can't say, oh, JJ was hurt when we say he playing lackluster.
Right.
For our benefit, and then don't say nothing about Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been dinged up, but he was still out there producing.
Right.
Exactly, Wayne. That's what I see. Wayne, you ain't been on here with us in a few weeks. Paul had asked what was the biggest rivalry. And I said it was this
Right.
Bama Auburn game because I don't care what the record is. When it's time for that Iron Bowl, both
Right.
of those teams gonna get up. Auburn always plays Alabama like their lives are dependent on it.
Right,
So,
and we totally agree with you on that one, Wayne. Remember the kick 6 year? Saban was ready to walk his ass to another national title, and in that kick 6, he was like, oh, "Yeah, Auburn is going to get."
That's one of my favorite clips too. When they said that, and that guy's face was like, I mean, because I was like that. I mean, I was literally standing in my living room just like this.
Right, right. Now, okay, all right. No, so we got Mike back in the house, so we can go ahead and ask this. We all know we all picking Michigan, so let's look forward because Michigan is going to get that W. And good morning, AP Culture. Glad you can join us, and thank you for a wonderful, wonderful weekend last weekend. I love you, Mama. All right, as I digress, who would you rather face next week? Not who do you think will win. Who would you rather face when we beat Alabama and we go on to Houston? Tasha, would you rather face Texas or Washington?
Washington.
Mike, you agree?
Washington. Next question.
All right. Now, wait a minute, Mike. Hold on. Next question is, but you got Washington beating Texas.
I know, but I agree. I think Texas is more physical, and I also think it's more of a home game for them.
Yeah, it is home game.
Because it's in Houston.
Right. So I mean, I'm not. I know who I think we could beat more, and it's Washington.
True or false, Tasha? This is Michigan last hooray, folks. The landscape is about to change for sure. True or false? I'll go false.
Yeah, false. That's easy.
All right. Now, let's play another game of true or false, because in this situation, somebody lying, and we about to get to the bottom of it right now. Now, for those of you who just got out on warrants, or welcome back to society. You made it just in time for the ball to drop. But if you missed it earlier this week, the Denver Broncos have benched Russell Wilson for the rest of the season. Now, Sean Payton 2 weeks ago chewed him out on the sideline like he was in the 8th grade. That's a whole nother story right there, because ain't no way. You ain't doing no other franchise quarterback like that on the sideline. Nobody.
As Ricky Franklin said, ain't no way.
Ain't no way. So right there, we saw that he didn't respect them. Early in the season, he was talking about quit kissing babies. They snatched the man's office from him. He ain't been too keen on Russ from day one. So after the embarrassing loss to New England on Christmas Eve last week, they're benching him for the season. Now, Sean Payton says it's a football move, but Russell was talking to Sierra. Sierra was like, now look, I know you like to be the nice guy, the Jesus freak and all of that. We love the Lord and all of that, but don't let this man do you like this. You get out here and tell these folks what really happened. So Russ gets out here Friday and says, they benched me because I wouldn't take a pay cut. They owe me a $37 million roster bonus on the 5th day of March, and they asked me to kind of, maneuver that around. And I told them, no, I play a physical game. I don't play scared, and I want my injury insurance protection. So I'm not doing it.
You giving all that. You know what Russell said in the words of Miss Sophia? Hell no.
I said
hell no.
Sean Payton needed to catch some hands on the sideline. You ever seen Jimmy Johnson talk to Troy Aikman like that? Have you ever seen Patrick Mahomes get talked to like that? Any Super Bowl winning quarterback get Mike? Now, would you talk to your quarterback like that? Can Harbaugh do that to JJ?
Wait a minute. He was also asked to defer his injury clause.
Right. And he said, I'm not doing that because I play a physical game. So who's lying? Is this about money or is this about Russell's production, Mike?
It's 100% about the money. I think Sean Payton's so old school that he forgets that we're in the social media days and the truth comes out.
Right. And kudos to you, Russ, because Russell going to put that color purple curse on Sean. Everything you do.
Until you do right by me.
Everything. Now, Sean didn't mess with that mailbox to wait for that check to come in. But like Mike said, this is the social media era. Russell had to defend his honor because he was looking like a sucker on Monday. He had to come out and say something. Do you agree, Tasha, with him not restructuring his contract and just sitting the pine?
And one more thing, it's like when you were saying going back to getting hands. Ryan Clark was like, "Yeah, Sean Payton had the right one."
Right, he sure did say that. Y'all,
my cousin's checking in. Hi, Marion. That's my cousin, guys.
Welcome to the show. The mama said I would have punk slapped that coach quick, fast, in a hurry, right on the sideline.
Like we said, Mama, she had the right one. But the thing is, the Waltons own the Broncos now.
Right.
They make $39 million a day.
Hell, they fired all the cashiers. That saved them what? A $250 bill?
I know they owe me money because the last time we went to Walmart, we remember how I was scanning and I had to put all that stuff, and you was like, "Nah, put it in the bag."
Wet, and I don't work for y'all.
Right, I don't work for y'all. But to me, we said this. Russell wasn't Peyton's guy. He didn't want Russell Wilson. True. But what did we say? You only got one ring, Sean Payton.
Right.
Russell been there a few times. Russell is the proven commodity when it comes to this. Let's just get that clear. Russell wasn't out here looking old and antiquated as we thought maybe he would because he's been playing and his body's broken down. Russell wasn't out here looking bad. But then if you go back, I read this somewhere yesterday. Again, y'all know I took me a pill last night. I was sleeping. And I didn't think to save it, but it said something about how Breeze's record was crappy.
They were 9-7 about 12 years in a row.
Peyton, like y'all say, the rope. Peyton kept giving him rope. Here, let me lasso.
Like Wonder Woman out there with all that rope.
Here you go. You got enough rope. But for whatever reason, he did not like Russell Wilson. We will probably never know. But the way he talked to that man on that sideline,
not me.
I would have defined for 5,000 for 20,000. Alex.
Latrell Sprewell on line one.
And if you don't know, Google
Latrell Sprewell / coach, and you're gonna see a picture of a brother doing his coaching.
He choked shit out that man.
He told PJ Carlissimo, "Somebody hold my keys." I know he got me messed up.
He told PJ Carlissimo, "Who you think you talking to?
You think you tough?" All right. Now, Wayne says Peyton took the job knowing Russ was on the decline. You got to live with it, bro. He took that Walton money is what he did. And he did know that Russ was on the decline. Russ didn't play that well last year, but he played better this year. Mike, he got 7 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
I know. He actually looks pretty good. Yeah, he looks good. I mean, they're winning, so.
Right.
You're not eliminated from the playoffs, and you start
put the new quarterback in, talking about a spark. Our friend of the show, Jamie Winborn, we were going back and forth, and I said, "Good luck. Good luck with that."
Shouts out to the softballs. We love to have new family. You only a guest once. Now you're family because you done stayed on here longer than 5 minutes.
You have to watch every Saturday, Marion.
All right, put that in. Save us. Follow us on Facebook and get the notification. Now, y'all, we got a big game tonight, y'all. And as a football fan, I'm worried. I got every right to be worried because there's huge NFC playoff implications on the line tonight at AT&T Stadium. You're going to see a lot more scoring than you saw in that raggedy-ass Cotton Bowl last night because the Detroit Kitty Cats is coming to town to take on the Dak Attack.
Oh, now they're the Kitty Cats.
The Kitty Cats Dak Attack right here on for it all.
It ain't no more #1pride. Nasty kid. Oh, okay. I see what you're
doing. Hey, they doing their thing, though. Now, we got 2 basically trains colliding. Detroit is 4-0 in primetime games, and they've beaten some good teams on primetime, starting with the defending champion Chiefs on opening night. Dallas ain't lost at home in 2 years. One of these got to give tonight. What gives, Tasha? Who you like, Detroit or Dallas in this one?
Wait a minute. Let me give a little thing. people, if our normal viewers, you know, Mike looks a little out of place. Mike is actually visiting his sister, so he's not at home. If you guys are wondering what's going on with Mike, Mike likes to stun on us because he always has the best optics.
He sure does.
His lighting, he's got this mic, but he's at his sister's house, so that's why Mike is kind of
he's taking some family time for a change, getting out of the city of Dallas.
But I digress. Now, I'm going to say something, and I don't know what's happening. I feel like the Grinch when the Grinch said, "I have feelings." When his heart grew, you know, when he
right, his whole heart
came up, and y'all, why all of a sudden am I in love with CD Lamb?
CD Lamb of mine. We gonna let him shine. Oh.
John Lamb. I am in love with CD Lamb.
And you should be. And you should be, because he's top 5. And he ain't number 5.
Oh, yeah. And I even I tweeted it and I put it on Facebook. I said CD Lamb, that is all.
CD Lamb. He's a problem and he's the truth. So you're leaning towards Jerry and them.
Well, only reason why I'm picking the Cowboys, even though I called them the bitches last week, because they're playing at home.
Yes.
And Detroit,
they're unstoppable at home. Let's just
and Detroit didn't look so hot in their last game, and Laporta only got me like 15 fantasy points. Hey, he got his normal amount of points, I would be in the championship.
Now you eliminated me. You expect me to feel any empathy for you right now? You sent me packing. Yes, you sent me packing. You sent me home without even a bus ticket. Had me hitchhiking home after she done ran me down. But hold on now, Mike. Dallas is a 6-point home favorite. Are they 6 points better than Detroit?
Yeah, I think so. I think to Tasha's point, Detroit's trending down right now, which is kind of it's tough. Like they're one catch away from losing that game against Chicago.
You're right.
They just look bad. I'm gonna pick the Cowboys on this one. They do play a lot better at home compared to away. So I'm gonna go with Dallas on this.
Y'all just ruined any attempt I had to try to catch y'all on the picks, because I specifically chose this game thinking y'all was gonna pick Detroit.
See, that's the thing about you and us.
Don't do that.
Mike and I think logical. You just want to play with your heart. That's why you in third place.
Right. Well, down my heart, damn it, like the boys.
Down my heart.
Your mama says Detroit all day, every day until they play them boys. See? Mama, because y'all know Dallas is finna get it done in the D tonight. Not after how they lost those last 2 games. Now, Wayne says Dallas big, Detroit is not what their record says. There's something missing with the Lions.
Yes.
You know what I think it is with them? I think that they
it's golf. I don't like golf.
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't like golf as a quarterback, so.
Ooh, I like golf. I like golf. Now, golf is only as good as his weapons.
But no, I'm with Mike. I wasn't a fan. I mean, I see why the Rams traded him and it paid off big for them. I wasn't a fan of golf. I don't dislike him as much as I hate Kirk Cousins, but I've just never been a fan of golf, to be honest.
Melanie. She wants us to just have the dagger. Like, you know, the dagger gets longer the further you advance. It hurts more the further you advance. Melanie.
That's
the NFC Championship game.
That's our summa cum, all the loudest. So she can say whatever she wants to say.
Lord, we're going to move on because they done both picked Dallas and stole all my thunder today. I was not expecting that. And she's right. That's why they way ahead of me in the damn picks, because I keep picking the Titans and they like, you had every opportunity to pick the Colts in this game, but you just keep on picking them. Let me digress. We got an equally big game with AFC playoff implications on Sunday, y'all. I can't wait for this one. I might even turn off my Titans to watch this one at noon. We got Miami versus Baltimore. Baltimore with a chance to clinch home field throughout the playoffs and the number 1 seed in the AFC. Before we make our pick, Tasha. No, let's start. Let's start with you, Tasha. Who's the best player on the field on Sunday?
Lamar
Jackson or Tyreek Hill?
Lamar. Y'all saw what he did to my Niners. Now,
I did. I saw that.
Now we always say, "Oh, what happens? Oh, they tipped it, and he Purdy threw 4 interceptions. They was tipped, but they was still interceptions. Let's just get that out there. Did y'all see that shot that Debo gave? Purdy threw that ball to Debo. If y'all don't know, Debo caught it. The quarterback was there to knock the ish out of Debo. Debo said, boom, and took off on him. But I digress.
Well, we know what happened to Debo in the movie.
First of all, Debo still gave me some fantasy numbers. It was the quarterback throwing them 4 interceptions in that damn defense that made me lose again. Anyway, but
Mike's sitting there like, I won my championship.
But Lamar Jackson is above and beyond to me. And a lot of the stuff that has been going on this week, I hate it. It's and people always say I bring up race. Yeah, I do, and I'm gonna. The way they talk about this man, they make it like he's not passing the ball. They make it like he's not an effective QB. All the talk is, CMC the MVP, Purdy the VMP. So you ain't got your star out there, Mahomes, because he paying like a bag of stepped on crap.
He sure is.
So then you got
interceptions. That's Josh Allen territory.
Right. Jalen is hurt, and
Jalen's got a bad will. He's looked bad all year.
He hasn't really been playing like he did last year, which I think
but he's injured,
he's out those 2 games. He still should have won the MVP. Lamar by far is the best player out of both teams on the field tomorrow and in the league the whole season.
Woo! Mike, do you agree? You like Tyreek or you like Lamar as the best player on the field Sunday?
Yeah, I can't disagree. Lamar, I'm trying to say, because Tyreek Hill, come on.
It's cheater,
yeah. Cowboys were trying to double team him, still didn't work. It's a lot of stuff. I think Lamar is. I'm trying to take both players out of their team, and they both lose, right? So the biggest impact I'm gonna say is Lamar. He's. I like Lamar, man. I like his off the field business decisions of not doing an agent and still getting it done. I like that. But talent, I'm gonna go with Lamar.
And the thing is, y'all know I always say, if you say, where's the player from? Where is he from? Florida. Y'all know Florida is, even though Tyreek is from Georgia, and I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with his journey. He went to like 2 or 3 colleges, like some JUCOs and then this, that, other, and the other thing. That boy has a talent and some speed that we ain't seen in a minute.
Right. And CBS dropped the ball on this one. They should have flexed Cincinnati and Kansas City into the 12 o'clock and put Miami and Baltimore as their featured 3:30 game.
I'm just happy that I get to watch it because the Jets played Thursday. Because had the Jets played, I would have had to watch that game because during the certain time of the season, my cable switches from Miami to New York. So now I'm on New York. So I would have had to see the Jets game, and I'm so glad they did not give me the Buffalo game. So I will be able to watch that game.
Oh, I'm gonna be tuned into that one. Like I said, the Titans go on the radio broadcast. Like you go on the little speaker because we done with that. We're just waiting on the draft with the Titans. All right, time for our pick 5. For those who didn't see the beginning of the show, Mike, you have Washington over Texas. Me and Tasha have the Longhorns hooking them down there in the islands. All 3 of us have Michigan -2. Mike, are you surprised that line never moved?
If it's -2, it actually did move. It started at 4.
Michigan's favorite. Is that surprising to you?
No, no.
Everybody and their mama was telling us that Alabama was going to boat race us, but the real money hitters didn't put that money on Bama like that. What's up,
No,
Wayne?
we knew that. We knew that, right? Remember, you and I were both trying to go through the office like, who wants his money? Come on.
Right.
Nobody was taking no bet.
Take that bet. Everybody was like SEC, and we was like, we'll take that. Good morning, brand new father Langston to the
Look
show.
at the baby. Look at the baby. Put that back up. Look at the baby.
Look at the baby. Look at little Langston cocked. Ooh, I would love to get a night of sleep like that. You sure can tell when they ain't got no bills to pay, don't you? You sleep real good when you ain't got no bills.
You heard me tell the whole viewing audience I took a pill last night to go to sleep.
Right. Hey, and you smart because we be waking up 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times throughout the night. He know what it is. He know he ain't got no bills to pay. He's like, oh, I'm looking around. There's some hot feelings. Oh, I'm good. Let me go lay down. Welcome to the world. You might be our next president. We never know. Now, Detroit versus Baltimore. Detroit versus Dallas. We all got Dallas. Mm-hmm. Miami versus Baltimore. I'm taking that 3 points.
What's the spread?
Baltimore's a 3-point home favorite.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the Ravens because of what they did last week against San
Y'all know Miami can't play in the cold.
They have to look good against good teams, except for Dallas. Who you got?
I'm gonna go Miami because Baltimore just placed a physical game against the 49ers, and that's hard to rebound from.
You know what? That's an excellent point that I forgot to think about because teams like San Francisco beat you the next week because your body ain't ready for that next out. You can't get in the cold tub that long.
I don't think the game was that physical. 49ers look like some stepped on crap.
Hey, she a 49ers. Look at them.
They looked. I mean, that defense, man.
That's still good for you. Not saying that about my team for a change. You talking about your own team.
Yeah, I was sitting there like this, like I went to Mission College. In the beginning, when the then there was.
Mission. Now, Lexi said should have named him Robert. He keep peeing on his mama. Got to be fast with them boys' doppers. Hey, leave that boy alone. Let him relax, relate, and release.
Let him relieve himself when he
wants to. Because one of these days he gonna be changing your doppler. So it's the circle of life. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do it.
A member.
10 fingers, 10 toes. All praise to the Most High. All right. Green Bay, Minnesota. This is an elimination game, y'all. This is basically a de facto playoff game. Minnesota's a 1-point home favorite. Oh, Justin, snatch it out your ass. Jefferson is back.
Man, did y'all see that thing last week? Oh my God.
Hey, that's enough for me. I'm taking Minnesota at home because old Randy Jr. back. I'm going with Minnesota at home.
I'm taking Green Bay because they don't know who their damn quarterback is at Minnesota.
Yeah, I agree. I got Green Bay.
That means Green Bay gonna win because y'all know my picks ain't been worth a quarter. Now she said, Mike, thanks for that. I just learned something. That's what we're here for here at the Extra Point. That's why we're here. That's what gives me goosebumps when people say things like that. I don't call them the hit squad because they hit people upside the head. I call them the hit squad because they do that for me too, ladies and gentlemen. They teach me something new in the chat every week. Now, Mike, who your locks for this week? Let me learn something new. What since we teach them right now?
Man, I saw that 21 points, Georgia over FSU. I'm gonna pick FSU on this. I'm gonna pick FSU on this.
Oh, you said FSU gonna cover the 20?
Yeah.
I thought you was about to be messy and say take Georgia into 20 points.
Tasha does. Look at her.
I'll take Georgia plus 20.
Let me tell you something.
Don't stop.
They got 20 players missing from that game.
Florida
State and Georgia.
Oh gosh.
Florida State's whole starting offense And they only have the one kid who's going pro, but he's graduated already. He was number 4, not the Keon Coleman number 4.
I was going to think because Keon declared for the draft.
Yeah, Keon
I'm
declared
like
for the
this.
draft. It's the defensive number 4. He declared for the draft, but he said that he was still going to play. They whole starting lineup. The running back is gone. The wide receiver is gone.
I'm watching this just because Mike said Florida State gonna cover. Now I'm gonna watch. I wasn't gonna watch it first, but that you said that. No, that might be background radio because I'm trying to catch up on family business. All right, Mike, you got any other locks other than Michigan? Can we get a Michigan lock for you?
I was gonna say Michigan. I got Michigan. I think it was -1.5, but I'll take the 2. I got them winning by a touchdown or 10 points. I got them winning by a touchdown.
So you saying 28-21?
Man, that's a lot of points. No.
I think the over-under is what, 46? Something like that? 44?
Yeah, sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, 44-ish, yeah. So they're thinking it's going to be like a 21-20 type game. Tasha, if it's a 17-10 game, who does that favor? The Rose Bowl.
It definitely favors us.
Yeah. I want to keep that score low. I want to keep that because that means Milroe cooking if it gets up to 28 points.
Yeah, if it's high, that means we going tit for tat. And like you said, that means Milroe using arms, legs, backs, and breasts. You better read them tats, man. Yeah, if that score is high, it's gonna look bleak for us.
Now, Mike, we know you got a hard out at 10 o'clock because you are on live and on location. Is there anybody you want to shout out for the new year? And do you have any New Year's traditions or superstitions?
No, but I would say one thing that we're doing is Stacy and I like to get together and do our 2024 plan. Huh?
Oh, okay. I was going to say it's a kid show. You said
and then shout out to my sister and husband for housing us for a couple of days.
Right, that's like an MTV crib. She's doing all right down there in Georgia. Okay.
All
right, now score coming in. Oh, of course. We got to lose by 10, Langston. Really? Milroy got that diploma on 12/27. Congratulations to him for that. Mike, who you shouting out for the new year?
That's what I was doing. Just my sister and her husband for housing us.
Woo, Calvin said Bama's going to show y'all what SEC is all about tomorrow. Shouts out to Calvin.
That's her husband. That's the Georgia boy.
And Happy New Year to you, Miss Hastings. Thank you so much for being such a big part of the show all year. So, Mike, when you got to drop out, we get that. But before you do, Tasha, we're going to bring back T-Sizzle's top 5 for the last show of the year. Give us your top 5 sports stories of 2023. I can't wait to hear this.
Wait a minute. Let me do my shout out real fast. I hope my cousin is tuned in. This is my Oklahoma cousin, the one who played ball at OU. Y'all, my aunt's birthday was yesterday.
Happy
December
birthday.
29th. My aunt is 80 years old. That is my T. Evelyn.
Is she single?
You know, you ain't getting on her SSI.
One pay fully vested. Did she?
You ain't seeing on her. You ain't getting on her SSI. Anyway, let me pull up my.
I got no 401 to add with it. It take a teamwork to make the dream work.
Let me pull up my top 5, and this is in no particular order. Messi coming over to Miami.
Okay.
Bertha. I have Oklahoma. I have the Nuggets winning the NBA championship because who would have thunk?
Okay.
I have the DeMar Hamlin situation with
that's a good one.
And also his return this same year. I have Show Me Shohei Ohtani.
Yes.
Dat Cohen.
Alexa asked, does she have a pension?
Y'all gonna leave.
Hey, she rocking that thing like.
Y'all gonna leave T. Evelyn alone.
She rocking that thing like. Go ahead.
As my brother calls her, T. Evelyn. Y'all gonna leave T. Evelyn alone. And my number one story because it's still kind of fresh. And I kind of wish at this point they would leave it alone. Is FSU getting left out of the playoffs? That is a big story because there's never been a time that an undefeated has been left out.
Mike, you got anything?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. You know I gotta say it. You know I gotta put the Rangers on here. You know I gotta put the Rangers on here. First World Series. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
We gotta work for that. They call it late Eloise. That's what I'm talking about. And also a couple of messy stories I want to put on here that were big.
I asked you if I needed to go messy, but
mine was Jockgate because he ruined our season this year with the shoot 'em up bang bang. And Happy New Year, peace, joy, and plenty of money for everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Hey, your auntie done shut it down. Down. Now I want to give a shout out to Sizzle and Michigan Mike for being the most awesome teammates that a person could ever have, not just for the show, but in life. Y'all have been an absolute blessing to me, to the show, to everything. So I want to thank you all for making 2023 such an awesome year for me. Looking forward to what we're going to do in 2024. To everybody who's checked in, the Marion Southall Whites, the Stephanies, the AP Coaches, the Langstons, the Melanie Taylors, the Shamika Nicoles, all the friends of the show. We could not do this without you. We thank y'all. We love y'all. It's 10 o'clock here in the D. Mike has a heart out. We want y'all to be safe on New Year's. Get your black eyed peas and your greens and get ready to come back here next week and talk about that national championship game when Michigan. Let me show y'all that other end. That's right. When Michigan does it again. And we love you, Christina. She said the show is so informative. Happy New Year. We love you too. Martrice, I'm wishing it right back to you. A beautiful and prosperous 2024. Y'all, we one big family. One big, happy, dysfunctional family. But we love y'all. All of y'all be safe. And we'll see y'all in 6 days and 23 hours. As a matter of fact, we'll see you next year. Peace.
Go Blue.